If becoming an airline pilot sounds confusing to you, this video is for you. We'll show you the path step by step of becoming one.
There are 4 stages: student pilot, private pilot, commercial pilot, and airline transport pilot. We're going to explain what can you do, what does it mean, and how long does it usually take.
Student pilot is where every pilots begin. At this stage, you will learn absolutely basic, from learning the theory to practical, the flight lesson, where you will see a big picture of how the flight's going to be conducted from takeoff to touchdown and parking. A student pilot certificate is not yet a full pilot license. It's your entry into training.
And what can you do as a student pilot?
As a student pilot, you can train with flight instructor, and once you're endorsed, then you can fly solo under specific limitation. At this stage, many of us will ask, is flying really for me? And for many of us, it turns our passion becomes real. Next is private pilot. At this stage, Gabriel, what does that mean?
Well, as a private pilot, this is usually your first major milestone because you are finally a pilot that is licensed and you can legally fly for fan or just for personal use. The FAA minimums is 40 hours, but more realistically it's about 60 to 65 hours. That's what it took me.
Then, what can you do with the license?
Well, as a private pilot, you can fly for fun, you can get experience, you can travel for personal use. You have some business in Miami and then you have a plane, then you just take your plane, do your business and then fly back. You can all fly for compensation or higher.
Oh yeah, for my experience, I actually got the chance to fly my friends from Malaysia, flying all the way to the States and visited me. I brought him up with a little Piper and got a funny story to tell. He even asking me that, hey, can I open the little window to touch the cloud?
Well, in my case, I took my brother to fly. He's a scientist. He freaked out. He doesn't like little planes. We fly Cessnas and Pipers. So he was like, this is too turbulent. It was a very smooth air. It was just summer, so it wasn't the best, but he just freaked out.
I hear you. And how long does it take and how much does it cost for you?
All right, so just for experience that I've seen in flight schools, it usually takes between 3 to 6 months. The cost, it could be between $25,000 and maybe in today's market about $30,000. A private pilot might be the end for some. That's the goal. But if you want to become an airline pilot, this is just the beginning. After private pilots, students try to find more experience and flight hours, usually through getting some ratings like instrument rating or multi-engine, and then you finally become a commercial pilot. What does a commercial pilot mean?
So at this stage, the commercial stage is where we turn our passions into a serious career path. Under FAA rules, in general, commercial pilot license took at least a total of 250 flight hours. The difference between a private pilot and a commercial pilot is where this is a phase that you can get paid for some qualifying jobs that you are able to do with your commercial pilot license.
Wait, so you say you can get paid. You mean you can go to the airline?
Not yet. With commercial pilot license, you may qualify for jobs such as flight instructing if you have your CFI ratings, banner towing, pipeline patrol, or some corporate jobs.
And how long does this usually take and how much it costs?
For my case, it took me to complete my commercial pilot training about 5 months to complete the training and up to 7 months just to wait for my check ride to be scheduled. For the cost of my training, it took about 50K. This stage is huge because you're turning your passion into a serious career path. With a commercial pilot license, you're not just logging hours to pass a check ride. To take in account with a serious collecting hours phase to their next level, which is the airline transport pilot license.
An airline transport pilot is the highest certificate for pilots in the US. It's usually associated with flying in the airline. You can become an operator, a Part 121 operator. You start as a first officer, and then with some time and experience that you get in the airline, you will become and eventually a captain. You have to have your 1,500 hours. That's the most common way.
With that 1,500 flight hours, how long does it take you?
All the way from zero, from student pilot all the way to the airline pilot. It took me about 4 years.
For me, it's the same too. I took 4 years as well.
It was a long journey for me. There were some early flights, late flights, check rides, stage checks. It felt overwhelming at some point. There were moments that I really questioned myself.
Check.
Because it's also very expensive. Flying a flight hour in a multi-engine, it was about $500 per hour. Maybe it's way more nowadays. But you have to know, every pilot started there at some point. every captain in the airline was a student pilot before. And that's why understanding the roadmap is so important, because you know where you are and what's coming next.
That's why we put together our roadmap and practical guide to help you who is interested of becoming an airline pilot to make the process in a real, clear, and simple way. Don't let the process scare you. Ta-da!